Good morning everyone. Myself Kausar Momin, 10th standard subject Science. Today we are going to discuss about practical. Practical number 1. It is a part of Science 1. You have to make a notebook as Usha ma'am said. You have to make a notebook of 200 pages. In that you have to make two sections, section 1 for science 1 and section 2 for science 2. This practical you have to write in section 1 as practical number 1. So title of this experiment is to identify the chloride, bromide and iodide from the given salts. Requirements is test tube, stand, etc. And in this experiment we are going to take the chemicals like silver nitrate, solutions of potassium chloride, potassium bromide and potassium iodide. We are having a diagram for the setup, and in this diagram you can observe three test tube A, test tube B and test tube C. In the specific test tube we are taking silver nitrate with a common, and for test tube 1 potassium chloride is there, for test tube 2 potassium bromide and for test tube 3 which is C for potassium iodide is there. So in this diagram you can clear it very nicely. Now when you are going to perform this experiment you will get an observation. In that observation you can see test tube A, B, C and the chemical reactions which are happening during when we are chemical adding in it. So here potassium chloride, AgNO3 means silver nitrate, and after that we are getting an reaction with the same color of precipitate is white, and hence because of it has a white color, so we are getting chloride ion. So based on this color we can recognize which ion is there. If light yellow that means bromide is there, if bright yellow that means iodide is there. So we can see its result. In the result, point number 1 you can see ions are precipitated in all the three reactions in this experiments. Obviously we are going to see the video part also, then you can clear it very nicely. Point number 2, elements in the halogen family belonging to 17th group or in the periodic table, similarity in their properties. Point number 3 is in this experiment, depending on the color of precipitate, presence of chloride ion, bromide ion, iodide ion are confirmed, obviously based on these colors. So now we will go ahead with the video part of the same. You have to write this experiment, this practical number 1 in your notebook. Title of the practical is to identify the chloride, bromide and iodide ions from the given salts. Warning: all the activities shown in this video clip should be done under teacher's supervision by taking necessary precautions. So here we are taking a test tube with the dropper. We are having solutions for potassium chloride, potassium bromide and potassium iodide and silver nitrate. You can observe with this 4 glasses, and these are the A, B, C test tubes. Here we are not going to take the powder of the same. We are taking solution for potassium chloride, potassium bromide and potassium iodide. All these are the solutions, and this is silver nitrate solution. With each test tube we are adding with the first test tube potassium chloride. We are naming it as A test tube. With next test tube we are adding in B potassium bromide. We are naming it as B. Then in test tube C we are going to add in it potassium iodide, and we are naming it as test tube C. with the help of dropper. Now next we are going to consider silver nitrate, and very easily we are adding this silver nitrate in test tube A, which is potassium chloride. Now during this reaction you can observe white precipitate is going to, you can observe little bit solid form is there. Now it is completely white. Now with next test tube B, we are adding again silver nitrate. Now here also after chemical reaction the color is going to get changed. The precipitation you can observe light yellow color. Here also you can observe with this 3 test tubes, one is white, other one is light yellow, and test tube C is bright yellow. So due to these colors we can recognize the whatever ion is present in it. So with the white color you can say chloride is there, with bromide and iodide. So here is the table: test tube A, test tube B and test tube C. Reaction is this potassium chloride is going to get react with silver nitrate, and we are getting white precipitate. So we can say whatever inference, that is chloride present is there. White color precipitate means chloride is there. With the next test tube, potassium bromide is going to get react with silver nitrate. So we are getting light yellow precipitate. We can say it as bromide present. Now next with test tube C, potassium iodide is going to get react with silver nitrate, and bright yellow color precipitate is forming. So we can say presence of iodide is there. So this is the part of observation table. Next, practical number 2. Title of the experiment is to identify type of reaction by studying the reaction and recording observation. Requirements of this experiment is beakers, test tube, pair of tongs, burner, glass, rod, etc. And chemicals we are using zinc dust, magnesium strip, dilute sulfuric acid. Here is the diagram for the setup. This is the diagram of the setup. One spatula, with this spatula we are handling with the spatula magnesium strip, and we are giving this heat, and whatever after heating whatever reaction is there, that we have to observe in the video. With the next diagram you can observe here test tube is there and some kind of flame and all is there. Okay, so this is the diagram setup. In part A we have to see part 1. This is the part 1. We have to see with the part 1 combustion of magnesium in air. That means reaction for the same magnesium is going to get react with air. Then we are getting magnesium oxide. So readings for the same is magnesium ribbons burns with bright luminous flame. I'll show you in the video. Point number 2, a white color powder remains behind. That also I'll show you with the video. So reaction part, this is the reaction. Magnesium is going to get react with oxygen. Then we are getting magnesium oxide. Number of reactants 2, obviously 1 and 2. Number of product is 1. This is the product 1. Interesting features of the reaction. Here 2 reactants and a single product is there. The magnesium ribbon burns with bright luminous flame. This is chemical change, obviously. Type of reaction is combination reaction. Why combination? Because you can observe here number of reactants 2. After this 2 we are getting a product 1. So that's why we can say it as combination reaction. Let's go ahead with the video part for the same. Here you can observe 2 discs. In one disc magnesium strip is there, matchstick, spatula to handle the magnesium strip, burner. Now the procedure is start burning. Hold a spatula in your hand and hold the magnesium strip. Now give heat with the help of air. Now you can observe a luminous flame will be there. See, this is the flame. Now after completing this flame, you can observe a white powder is going to get behind remaining. So we can see during the reaction we are giving heat with the help of air during the air. So magnesium and air, two reactants, and behind the product is there one, that is powder. Part 2 is action of dilute sulfuric acid on zinc. Reaction, this zinc is going to get react with dilute sulfuric acid. Two reactants and two products are there. Zinc, sulfuric and hydrogen is remaining. So readings for the observation is a colorless gas is liberated. Point number 2, glowing splinter get extinguished and gas burns with blue flame, production of a noise. Zinc powder disappears and a colorless solution obtained. So we can say the table reaction is zinc is going to get added with dilute H2SO4 and the product is zinc SO4 plus hydrogen is remaining. We can say number of reactants 2 and number of product will be also 2. Interesting feature of this reaction is here two reactant and two products are there. Hydrogen from H2SO4 gets displaced by zinc metal, and we can say this type of reaction is displacement reaction. So our conclusion is, in this reaction magnesium and oxygen, these two products react, and from single product, this is for part 1. Okay, single product, that is magnesium oxide. Therefore this reaction is combination reaction. New substance is formed, so this is chemical change. And for part 2 conclusion is, in this reaction of dilute sulfuric acid on zinc, this is displacement reaction, more reactive. Zinc replaces the less reactive hydrogen from sulfuric acid, means atom or group of atoms in one substance takes place atoms or group of atoms in the other substance to form new substances. We will go ahead with the video part of the same. Apparatus, matchstick, hard test tube, the another test tube, and in this test tube dilute H2SO4 solution, and this is zinc powder or dust we can say. Now we will take this zinc powder in a test tube, which is hard test tube. Now add some zinc powder in a hard test tube. Take dilute H2SO4 in another test tube. Now add this H2SO4 in the zinc powder. Here you can observe formation of bubbles, which we can say colorless gas. Now which type of gas this is?
Blast with sound.
Hold a matchstick with a flame with the mouth of this test tube. You'll get a noise. a blast you can observe with this video, and you can feel the sound for the same also. The bluish gas is removing from this test tube. Note down this second practical also in your notebook in science section 1. Thank you.